Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're at, ladies and gents. I am Kura Isagami, your resident Tinkerer and Medarotter, and this is the Medarot News Network, bringing you all the latest developments and happenings with our favorite pet fighting robot series. Now this week, it looks like we're picking up right where we left off with Week 2 of Medarot Navi Appreciation Week, with a lot of bots, highlights, banners, and fierce battles circling around particular bots that either debuted or made a large appearance in Medarot Navi. First, of course, made of which is Noelle, the Valkyrie type, which also debuted in Navi. And for that reason, I have named this week's episode Proud Warriors. And for that, let's go ahead and jump right in. This week's gacha banners, of course, is Noelle, VAL03, with a kit of Conceal, Thunder, and Guard 500 with the leg ability of All-Rounder. Reruns include LEO0 Leo with Hyper Beam, Double Missile, and the leg ability of G-Control. SCP-01 Scorpio with Hypercrypt, Double Virus, and the Breakneck leg ability. And of course, everyone's good friend and best friend to any beginner on the field, GLF0 Windclap with Stat Cleanse, Claw, Rifle, and also with the All-Rounder leg type. Now, honestly, out of all the reruns and newcomers we have so far, they honestly all are very solid in some form or the other. Noelle is pretty widely spread as a, for lack of a better term, I'll call her a defense-oriented, support-oriented kind of fighter. Windclap is more or less the beginner's best friend with ultimate balance. Leo in terms of ground control, and of course another shot at Hyper Beam. Scorpio, honestly, for very fast legs, a very solid support skill, and of course Virus you can never go wrong with. But of course, with any of the gachas for this week, all of them are good, all of them are worth going after. A special note with Noelle, however, much like it was this last week with Sonic Stag and Grand Beetle having the limited paid banner, where you can also earn a limited card from the trading card game having to be shipped to you. It also will be the same case with Noelle. So if you end up using paid rubies to access the special banner, you can use that to redeem and collect another limited trading card. Of course, if you're in the eastern regions of Japan primarily, is where you'd be able to redeem this. So unfortunately for us Western folks, we may not be able to cash in on this bonus, which honestly is a little disappointing, but there is still understandable reason behind it. But bottom line, all the gacha banners for this week, all of them are very solid. You can generally never go wrong with any of the four that are here, as they all offer something very solid to the table that is worth going after. This week's Fierce Battles, on the other hand, kind of divulge away from the Medarot Navi theme, in the course with JOK0 Shoopord, who debuted in Medarot S, of course, with Heater, Beam, Power Rifle, and the Aim leg ability, GLM0 Sekizo with Triple Missile, Tank Legs, and Continuous P leg ability, and LLY0 Lily Madonna with Triple Laser and the leg ability of Haja. Out of the three Fierce Battles we have this week, it is going to be kind of a quiet week, honestly, because Sekizo and Lily Madonna really aren't all that great or all that powerful. They don't bring a whole lot to the table. Sekizo does have Continuous P going for him, though, which does actually benefit him greatly in the case that you end up being forced to use tank legs in some form or fashion. Lily Madonna, of course, for laser in the case that you do need it. But honestly, I'd say this week's MVP, if you're going to farm any Fierce Battles, would be Shoopord as the #1 pain train for your all-around conventional and more or less nuking shooting needs between all three moves as a kit, and especially his Power Rifle. That is especially where it does come in handy with him. So if you are going to farm Fierce Battles this week, Shoopord is definitely the one to go with. The other two, Sekizo and Madonna. Lily Madonna, I would say collect them just for the sake of having them, but probably do nothing more than that. They did also announce a new event this week, centered around the new character, Nozomi, in Storymode. That is voiced none other by the lovely Yuki Kuwahara, who also voiced a character. One of her more prominent roles would be Toru from Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, for instance. Very well-known name, very solid career. Looking forward to seeing more voice clips of her. And in addition to that, for those that wanted to hear more or listen to more, they also did announce a limited event that's simply called called Tough Girls, and it's a challenge that upon completion, it's a one-time challenge, you can unlock Nozomi as an additional Row Battle announcer voice in the settings menu. So as of current, right now, it's only Mr. Referee, Arase, and Hisaki as the available voices to look after. But with this one, once you unlock Nozomi, you can have number 4 to have that variety if you do decide that you need to change things up just a little bit. In addition to this as well, they also did open a retweet contest on Twitter that upon a certain threshold of retweets and tweets being met, they will unlock an additional backstory for Nozomi that will be available in Medarot S for anyone that wanted to play and get to know her just a little better in the game. On top of all that, we are still continually looking for translators for any of our translation efforts, primarily towards the Medarot Reloaded manga and Medarot 3. So if you have any knowledge in Japanese coding or cleaning and have some time on your hands, we are more than open to any kind of feedback or donation of time and effort that you'd be willing to give. And if you are interested in helping out with a project or even helping generate some interest in another, you're more than welcome to reach out to me or join our Discord community, and we can get you in touch with the right people that can bring you up to speed on what has been done and what still needs looked at. Currently, I'm still looking into having a friend of mine join for a future video sometime soon with more information and details on the Medarot 3 translation progress thus far. But based on the couple times I did stick my head in that discussion, things look like they have been progressing pretty decently well. Not any major roadblocks as of current, but we are still continuing looking for translators primarily for that at this current point in time. So the more translators that we have that can help contribute towards translating the game and getting the text translated, the sooner that the patch can be released and we can start enjoying other future titles. The same, of course, can be said with the Medarot Reloaded manga. So, same case, if you have some knowledge in coding, well, not coding, cleaning in Japanese, always happy to have a hand so we can publish more of those chapters so more people on the western side of the planet can enjoy Medarot alongside with the East. Aside from all that, I think that does cover everything for this week. It is going to be a relatively quieter week, I suppose, aside, of course, with the news and the events surrounding the new character Nozomi, and, of course, the debut of Noelle as a pullable model in the gacha. But aside from all that, I do appreciate you guys for stopping by. If you'd like to know more, you can follow us below on Facebook at the Medarot News Network page or the Metabots Forever community on Facebook. You can also join us on Discord in the link provided in the comments below if you want to get more involved in projects or join fellow fans. You can also contact me privately on Twitter at Isagami Kura. So if you have any questions, feedback, or suggestions for me, I am more than open to any feedback that you might have for me to offer or ideas that you might have for me for future videos. I've got a couple of ideas I'm cooking up currently, but nothing officially set in stone just yet with everything else I've got to juggle. But sooner than later, something will be done, absolutely. Might have more guest stars on here, help me talk about some other things like the translation projects. But on top of other friends of mine, do give these other fine folks a follow as well. Eru4, Callie Dory, who also runs the Metabots OOC page on Facebook. Hilarious memes. Great way to enjoy some nostalgia on your Twitter feed of anything Metabots, and a fantastic artist and friend of mine as well, so definitely worth the follow. Metabots Daily as well on Twitter, you can also follow for your daily Metabots fact to also include more Medarot in your feed. But aside from all of that and everything covered in today's video, thanks again for stopping by, folks. It's always happy to have you in for a visit. Until next time, this is your host, Kura Isagami of the Medarot News Network, signing out.